Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are working on my Xbox controller, and today's task is trying to make a PCB that we can ship off to some PCB manufacturer and have them print for us. So, context is, I want to make an Xbox controller. For no other reason, mostly than because I want to. I think it'd be cool. Really, I had like a slight firmware issue where I wanted to remap two buttons on a controller that I couldn't do, and I'm like, well, obviously the next reasonable step is just make a controller from scratch, right? Obviously. And so, this is the current state. We've got something that like I can print. Can print is strong. I've done a couple iterations of this over the past couple days, but oops, I just dropped some plastic on the ground. But I have like this back and front of a controller, stick it together. I'm working on like prototyping, making sure that I've like got enough room for the triggers and stuff, that the buttons feel good. I bought like a 12-inch by 12-inch sheet of rubber the other day that I want to try like injecting into like the bottom of these little buttons that I've been making, right? So that we can like kind of make the buttons feel squishier. And like, so we've kind of got like the hardware setup feeling like close to its final state. It's not like perfect yet, but I think I've got most of the button placements figured out. So what I've done right now is I've printed a like fake version of a PCB that has like little holders for where the buttons and the joysticks are going to go, right? And so I've kind of solidified a little bit kind of like where these pieces are going to go, as well as like I've confirmed that like this whole setup for the joystick enclosure is like correct. I've kind of at this point proven that on the Raspberry Pi Pico we can read joystick inputs using an external ADC, as well as like we've got like our 1.8 volt rail hooked up so that we can match the design of the PS5 so that we can just buy PS5 controller drop-in replacement type shit, right? So we've got kind of like the electronics like semi figured out. And so today I want to start. This will probably not be the final form, but I want to replace this like 3D printed PCB with like one that is real, just so that I can get a feel for how to work with this like PCB generation stuff, as well as like make sure that on what we're putting in here as our like 3D test setup, that like we know where the components are going to go, right? That's going to be an important part of this. We need to make sure that we're not drilling holes through components and stuff like that. What are you doing, dog? So yeah, that's the plan. Do a V1 of the PCB. So, there's this program. Dude, stop it. Sorry, my dog's like doing army crawls under the desk. There's this program KeyCAD that is when I Google how to make PCB, this is what comes up. So I figure we'll try it. Maybe we'll find out it sucks. Maybe it's great. And we'll kind of move on from there. So step one, I think, is to try to do something basic, right? Let's not try to make like a correct PCB. Let's just try to make anything so that we can kind of figure out how the pieces of this program fit together. So my understanding, I watched like, if I went to like YouTube and I typed in, I typed like KeyCAD into the search bar, and I watched this video at 4x speed, right? That's kind of the level of like stupid that we're working with right now. I wonder how much historical hardware improvements you need to give up in order to use components that would work with actual 3D printed board, like little canals that you pour liquid metal in for traces. That would be sick. That would be sick, but let's not do that. I've also been looking up how to like solder in my toaster oven, because some of the components that we might want to add, none of the components we have right now, but some of the components that I might want to add later are like really hard to solder by hand. And so it'd be kind of funny to like put this thing together in my toaster. I think that'd be fucking awesome. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Create a file project. Okay, new project. And we'll call this, I don't know, PCB test. Blaze it. You know how if you write test type shit in your like function names and stuff, it's like this will be here forever, right? So when we're on like PCB final version, we'll still be using the name PCB test, because we're idiots, right? That's the classic. It's like when you write like in your code, you write like new version, or like you name one version or like you make a component for like one project, and then that gets used for every single project. So like we had this we had a project name at work that was called, I think we called one of the lines of the cameras that we had P5, right? Was like the code name for it. And so then we ended up with a repo P5 week like 10 2012 or whatever, right? 2817 or something, right? This is like a repo name for a while. And then this became our main line, right? So just every single project for like years was coming out of like P5 week 10 2017, right? Because it's just like that's where the code is, right? And so we're following in the footsteps of the greats and we're naming our thing PCB test. We had new in our repo name for almost 2 years. Yeah, classic. Classic. Okay, so let's just see if we can like figure out like how to make a schematic, right? Let's not get crazy. Let's not try to do anything, huge. But like, I think I saw that you like add symbols to this thing, right? And there's like a library of symbols in this guy. And so if we wanted to add like the RP2040, I think I saw in here. We aren't going to use this directly, but this is kind of a good proxy for the actual Raspberry Pi Pico. This is the system on a chip that this board uses. And if we wanted to like attach it to a button, maybe, is that like a thing we can do? Button. Yeah, I mean, they have like a switch. Switches. Yeah, switch. Switch push. Sure. So if we're like, let's put this switch on here, and can we like move it around? Yes. Okay. Can we like split it up? Can I like move like this part of it? No. But I can say, let's make it so that this switch attaches an input from one of the GPIOs. Is that like a click? Click. Okay, hype. Hype. And then we're like, okay, when this thing is connected, this just goes to ground. Maybe add power. Ground. 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 There's actually a super useful script that lets you enter an LCSC part number and just like stick it straight to KiCad. Yeah, that sounds fucking sick. That sounds awesome. I will look that up in a second. So when I zoom here, zoom, if I control scroll, it scrolls sideways, and if I normal scroll, it zooms. Okay. So let's like just pretend that this is our whole schematic, right? We just want a PCB that has two components on it, a switch, and it's connected to a GPIO. I think the next step is you go to the PCB editor. And I think I saw that there's a button somewhere that's like copy this shit from the schematic. There's a button. Yeah, update PCB from schematic. And I just hit like go, maybe. And then I just click down here. And he has given me the RP2040. I don't see any switch here, which kind of blows. And then one of these, like surely he should say that he's GPIO, right? No? Do I have the switch on here? Probably not. Switch didn't have a footprint. That makes sense. So I want to give it a footprint, I guess. I think I saw in that video, you can like create your own components as well. So like our switch, we probably can like copy its pinout and its, I don't know, and its footprint. See, this is why the script is useful? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's called Easy EDA to KiCad. Can we do like KiCad from DigiKey? I mean, you're saying they can do it from LCSC, but script. KiCad library from DigiKey? Wait, hype? What is this? I'm Canadian. Our library is on GitHub. Wait, that seems kind of sick. Get it now. I would like to get it now. Okay. So like in here, does that mean that they have like, what was my switch? Like, first of all, maybe it's already in there. I didn't actually check. Ours was not this one, but one in the same family. I think it was this thing with 38 after it. Yeah, it's probably this thing. I think. This is probably, at the very least, the same shape. So, good enough. So, can we, like, I assume that if I punch this into my schematic, I assume that it's not going to say shit, but we should check. Like, if I'm like, boom, PT 7, what is it? PT shit. PTS 64.7. Yeah, obviously not in there. So I wonder. I wonder if this DigiKey library has it. Is there an easy way to import this shit? I mean, they have. And like, what are like the types of these things? So if we go into like, do they have like switches, analog switches? Maybe not. Also updated 6 years ago, not looking promising. Not looking promising. Additional resources. Also old as shit. Okay, so this seems unlikely to be that useful. And probably learning to like punch these things in by hand is probably useful as well. I think I want to try doing it the manual way. I know that you're saying that there's like a script, but maybe it's useful to like understand the flow anyways. So I think it was like in here, these symbols come from libraries, and we're supposed to make a library. Hold on, let's open that video and watch it at 11 times speed and figure out if we can find fun, because he did the same thing in here. Skip. Fuck ads. So it was probably like here. This is what he was doing. So he was like making like a USB stick that he's plugging into his computer, and the USB header didn't have like a footprint. So where does he click? Symbol editor. Of course. That's straightforward. We could have found that by ourselves. So it's like here we go to the symbol editor and we say, make me a new symbol. He says you need a library. So we say, give me a new library, and we'll call it new library. Yeah, fuck it, dude. Error saving global symbol table. Fine. Fuck you. New library. Because this is going to local share. Wait, what's the problem? It's right here. Why can't he save there? Oh, already exists. Okay, new library. Okay. New symbol. Hype. But we'll call this probably by its name from DigiKey. That seems reasonable. So we take this thing and we're like, what? Another cool thing you can do later, you can export your KiCad PCB to a 3D model that you can then import into Blender. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, which is exactly what I wanted to do for step 1 here. I don't know what any of this means, so fuck it. You. What does this you mean? I don't know. I've never fucking made a PCB before. You think I know what the fuck I'm doing? But surely somewhere in here we can be like, give me a fucking gate that looks like a switch, right? Surely those exist somewhere, right? Symbol checker. Oh wait, what's over here? I can draw squares. I can draw circles. Probably the whole thing is like in a square, right? Right? Probably. Is that what this guy did? Where's my Firefox window? Here we go. No, not that one. This one. I don't have my extension to like speed things up a lot. Playback speed. But we need that. That's important. Watching things at 2x speed, totally lame. This is only speed. Video speed controller. This one probably. Oh yeah, that's the one. Hell yeah. Okay, let's go up to like 4x. Faster. Bro's gotta move. He's gotta fucking get moving. So he adds some pins. Wrong way. Bigger. So he adds some pins and then he makes a box. Okay, that's simple. And then he adds a footprint. So where do the buttons come from? New symbol names. That's what we did. Then, okay, where did he just click to get there? That's the important piece. Can we go to 1x speed? Slower. Seriously, oh, he's clicking over here, I think? Add pin. Hype. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have, like, I guess we have to copy what they have. Oh, they also have files. I forgot. Do they not? They have... I can just download stuff. So maybe we do both ways. I think. I've seen CAD before on this website. Am I high? Model. CAD. Canadian dollars. I swear I've seen somewhere where I can click on here and just get the fucking download the models. Datasheets? I wonder if there's other, like, well, did I see this on something else? Like, if I click, like, this guy? Oh, yeah, here he has CAD models here under datasheet. So this guy just doesn't have it. Which is kind of sick because that means that we can use this for practice. It's probably a standard enough footprint that it's meant to be found in every library. That would make sense. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to copy the footprint type. Like, this is a... Where does it say? Surface mount, standard... Oh, geez. Gull wing... Like, maybe I was just supposed to add a standard switch and then, like, select a footprint. Maybe. But fuck it. Let's just do this for now. This is fun. So, if we look at the datasheet, because fuck it, we got this shit. So, we got our schematic here. We got 4 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1. Sick. Can I delete this box for now? And then we probably want to, like, orient these things so that they're kind of centered around the origin. I don't know what the U is for, so I'm just going to leave that for a second. Does that guy delete the U later? Like, what is he... I'm trying to fucking move a window. So the U, he still just got it straight in the middle for all of this. Does he take it out later? Puts the box. Hype. USB. Just leaves that U there. What the fuck is the U for? U is where the component name on the board goes. Ah. Got it. Okay, so we're like, we got 1. We got 2. And then can we make it this one go on the right side? Left. Right. Okay. Okay, wait, can I edit this one? Left. Okay. 1, 2. Then what does this thing look like? Then they have like a switch thing in here? So I can add pins, add lines. Can I add like a switch to this thing? Where do switches come from? If I were to just like look up like switch, right, which we did before, right, we just looked at like, can I open this? Oh, here. So like, how do they draw this shit? I don't know how I opened this, by the way. So they drew a line. Oh, they just drew a line. And this also isn't what I wanted. Oh, yeah. So, like, what about, like, this? Are these just fucking lines? Like, what's going on in here? Sir? Sir, I would like to move things. This is just not selectable? Oh, this is a derived symbol. Who is he derived from? What about this guy? Okay, so this is literally just 2 lines, I think, right? That's all they've done here? Oh, maybe this is one thing. Oh, no, this is, yeah, they just put 2 lines next to each other. Sure. Fuck it. We do that. So, shouldn't this be an output? Yeah. Actually, shouldn't they be passive? Oh, yeah, I guess maybe, huh? If the other guys are passive. This pin name, this is 1. Passive? What's the difference? What does it mean? Input versus passive KiCad. What does it mean? What does it mean? Uh, blah blah blah. Labels on the sheets mean the same thing as label on symbol pins. Uh, okay. Passive versus input pin. Am I like just fucking stupid? Tool that checks connectivity. Here are the uses. Input is unidirectional, right? Output is unidirectional. Bidirectional, blah blah. Passive is an unpowered connection, like you would find on resistors, capacitors, and inductors. Okay, sure, sure. How come this guy's 1 now? He should be 2. 2. And then what does the picture in the datasheet look like? They're just like, let's connect these fuckers together. Right, so we're just like, whoop. And then, oops. How do I stop? How do I stop? Spacebar. Enter. Spacebar. Right click. Cancel. Do I really have to go right click finish? That's insane. End. The end key. Escape was canceling it fully. So I think I click end key on my keyboard. Okay. Cool. That's cool. Love that. And then I guess if we want to draw this thing, we literally just draw the circles. Is that really what we're supposed to do here? Surely not. Surely not. Did we see somebody who had like an internal connection that we can copy? Like if we just like open up anything. Right, so like how do they draw this thing? It's derived signal, kill me. We were looking at like switches before, and then we clicked like, yeah. What's going on here? What's going on here? It's literally just a circle. Yeah, they're just making the circles. And then how did they position them like that? Is there like a way to turn off grid snapping? I guess we can just we can just place things as we want, I guess, as well. I also don't like where these numbers are. You know? But I guess it's fine. I don't know. Like, can I not move this? Name, text size, orientation, graphic style. Yeah, maybe it's just the way it is. You can assign a footprint to a predefined schematic symbol. I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie. What does XY change? I assume that the position of the thing itself, not the position of the label. Right? Like if I change this to like negative 300, this whole thing just moves. So I think when I slide it around, that's the same thing, I think. Okay, fuck it. I don't know. Let's draw a line. Let's just copy this thing. So he draws line down. We probably want the line. We probably want like the circle. Maybe we just have everything too small. Or maybe we can make this circle smaller by editing it. How do I... Oh, here. Maybe I should change this. Radius 15. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. And then we can, like, change its... Let's, like, take all of this stuff and move it up, I guess. Then we can, like, draw line like this. Hype. End to end. And then... Here we edit this line to like move the bottom of it down. I hate this grid snapping. How do I grid? Grid 50 down here. How do I change grid? Preferences. Preferences? Inspect. Place. Maybe options to the left? Like all this? Yeah, I mean, I think I can change it that way, but I would love to change the grid snapping. Left of the canvas? Oh, like these. Use mils, use inches, use millimeters. What the fuck is a mil? Oh yeah, here we go. Show grid and grid overrides. Okay. Show symbol tree. This is kind of like view stuff. Mil is 1/1000th of an inch. Oh, so I'm working in some like physical unit. That seems important. Probably. Right? If this is gonna like turn into some sort of like physical footprint later. End-to-end grid snapping. Yeah, of course. PCB editor preferences PCB editor. God damn it, dude. That's crazy. It's always enabled. Use of control key. Ah, nice. Okay. Cool. I guess we do something like that. And the footprint is important, and the schematic not so much. But like maybe we still want it to be relatively like the right size. But I guess fuck it, who cares? Okay, so then we kind of... This guy should also be passive, I guess. And then we add some more pins. 3. Passive. Line. Okay. Let's just slap this bad boy down here. And then add another one. 4. God, we're so good at this. We're fucking cooking, dude. We're pros. We need a circle. Can we just copy paste the existing circle? Can we like copy paste? Hype. Sure. Line. Whoop. Boom. End to end. Hype. Guys, we are fucking killing it right now. Look at this. This is a schematic if I've ever fucking seen one. End to end. And then we grab this and we hold control and try to just line it the fuck up because we're idiots. Oh, yeah. Look at that switch, baby. Okay. So then I think that we can add a footprint for this too, which is important. Save changes to switch? No. Where's the fucking rest of my program? Okay, so there's footprint editor as well, which is like symbol editor. And I guess we probably need a new library for this as well. Global library? Library.pretty? Yeah. Permission denied? Cool. What the fuck? But I can make a new footprint? Okay. I guess, fuck me, I guess. I'm a little worried that we're gonna lose this. But whatever. Can I copy paste the name again? Where the fuck were we? This thing? What? Where the fuck? Dude, there's so many fucking windows. Footprint type. I think it's SMD. Suck my dick? Sorry, that was rude. I take that one back. It's just, I can't help it. You know, there's just word association. I can't stop it. It's gonna happen. All right. So how the fuck does this guy make a footprint? Let's copy that shit. You only need to do this once. Okay. So he's like, make me a footprint. He starts dragging some pads on there. He gives them some sizes, and then I assume he's going to position them as well. So this is not the pins on the machine. This is where they're going to end up on the PCB, right? So we can actually choose to make these things probably bigger than are on the datasheet, right? Oh, this is recommended PCB layout, so sick. Through hole now also sound the same. Yeah, it's crazy. These guys are obsessed, dude. They're nasty. SMD and through hole are both crazy names. Okay. So he's like, these units are a little fucked up, but these are in millimeters. So he wants something that is 2 millimeters tall, 3.1 millimeters wide. And we're going to make 4 of them. So I guess we'll just kind of copy paste that. So where did he get pads from? Where did he get those pads from? He made them somehow. Here, he clicks something. He just drags from the right. Was it from here? Maybe if we watch it at 1 time speed, it would be easier to figure out, huh? Instead of 4. Oh, this thing. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we edit them. Okay, so this thing is pad number 1. Sure. And his position, I assume that this is centered. So if this is 3.7 to 6.8, that means his center is at like 3.7 plus 6.8 over 2. Then divide that by 2 again. So 2.625. And then his Y position was what? The other one. So it's 2.2 plus 4.2 divided by 2 divided by 2 again, 1.6. Okay, cool. Then his size is X is 3.1 and his Y is 2. Oh wait, over 2. These both have to be halved, right? Because this distance accounts for the pads on both sides. So it's actually 3.1 over 2, which is 1.155, I think. Yeah. And then 2 over 2 is 1. God, we're smart around here. I think you just put 3 over 2. Oh, that's sick. Sure. That shape maybe is right. I don't fucking know. Okay, and then I guess we actually should just copy paste this for the other ones. So this is now pad 2, and we just set the... I guess even then, we can paste it into the exact same location. No, not that easy. So position X, what do we say? It was... Where's my thing? 3.7 plus 6.8 over... Ah, fuck. 3.7 plus 6.8 over 2 over 2. 2.625. And then the Y position was... Fuck. 4.2 plus 2.2 divide 2 divided by 2. 1.6. Wait, did the pad sizes change as well? Fuck me. What's the point of copy pasting? I made up the 3. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did just copy paste what you said, huh? So it was 1.155 was what we wanted. My bad. My bad. All right. Copy paste. So now this is 3, and we want to copy the X and Y positions from here, I guess. Their negatives are inverted from how I would think. So 3 should be 1.6, and 1 should be negative 1.6. Y is down. Confusing. There we go. Okay. And then we do this again, so... This? Right? 1.6, I think it was? Yeah. Okay. Here are our pads. And is that it? Is that all we gotta do? We just... This guy's got, like, lines and shit in him. What's going on here? What are the lines for? In the box. Like, surely that makes sense, right? Faster, 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 faster. 4 times speed. Okay, so let's put the pads. Lines are connected to what? Yeah, they're like kind of just... I mean, I guess the pads do eventually need to connect to something. He draws a keep out zone and that's it? Yeah, and so his like little USB thing, he just probably ends up with the keep out. This is what he made here. So I guess this stuff is like what gets... Is that what gets like printed on the board? Like silk screen, you're saying? Is silk screen like... It's just like the labels on the board, right? Like when you look at this board, you get like letters and shit. So like this shit. So it doesn't matter. The white stuff, yeah. Okay, cool. So it's just like for me, so that I can find it. And then here the ref thing is, this is saying that it's gonna print out probably like a label of something. It matters for you? Yeah, because I'm a dumbass. Of course. So you don't put things too close together while doing the layout? Yeah, makes sense. So what I should be doing is I should be putting a box that's like effectively the footprint of the whole thing, right? So like I've written down kind of the pins here, but this guy is going to take up more room than that. Right? So like I should probably put a box like here, like a 4.5 by 4.5 millimeter box that shows where the guy's going to live. That seems reasonable to me. Right? So we draw a box. Box. And this box, we make it start point negative 2.25, 2.25, negative 2.25, 2.25. Height? Okay, I don't know why we'd have to punch this if we punch this. And that's good confirmation that the pads are in good spots, I guess. Save footprint. Okay. Library must be provided. Fuck you. New library. Global. Library pretty. Save. Cancel. Library. Okay. Save. Into library. Here. Oh, wait. Hype. Yes. Yes. Hype. Everything may be working. Maybe. So now we got a footprint. We got a fucking thing we can put in the schematic. Okay. This pin number's wrong. And then how do we attach these fuckers together? These fucking fuckers. I guess he did something like he attached in the schematic editor. So here we're like, fuck this shit. We got our own shit now. We got our own boy we made. We got the whatever the fucking name this thing is. PTSD 647. This guy. So we like take this, slap. Holy fuck, that's really big. Also, pro tip, you are legally obligated to put at least one funny thing on the silk screen before you finish. Got it. I would never not. So, on these guys, is it crazy for me to like connect the 2 pins internally? That wire looking funky? Dude, he's just plain snake. There you go. Like, oh geez, that's a lot of oh god, what am I doing? Oh god, what have I done? Which pit, oh god. Oh god, we're freaking out. We'll connect it to GPIO 3. Like, this too? Do we just do this? Is that fucking stupid? That doesn't seem crazy to me. Like, if we're like, we want both of these guys to be grounded and connected because we don't give a shit, sure. And then we're like, connect this shit, boom. You know, surely that's fine, right? By the way, you could leave labels so the schematic looks clean. Okay, got it. Our thing looks like shit. I get it. You should probably make the pins have the same label so that they're one net. Oh, I understand what the last guy was saying now. Can I use them like internally to the part? Or are you saying that like I do more like it's better to do something like this, where I like say, this guy over here, this guy goes just to thing. Can I not connect him to, maybe I have to make the label first? Add label. This looks like a label. So if we're like, a button, and we're just like, slap that shit here. Boom. Boom. I mean, your symbol doesn't make much sense, but I copy pasted it. I mean, I agree the symbol doesn't make much sense, but it has it has 4 pins. So do I not have to represent the 4 pins? You're saying logically it's just 2 pins. I see. That makes a lot more sense. This does look fucking stupid. I've never seen this in my life, but I mean, I haven't seen a lot in my life. I don't really know much. Okay. I mean, I can get behind that. I could get behind that. So you're like, in that case, maybe I just use like a normal switch. Switch. Right? Just like anyone. We don't really care. Like SW push, right? We could go back to using this and then use this with our footprint. Maybe. Maybe. Right? So you're saying like we slap this guy here, and then on here, we say, give us the footprint of our guy. Right? We're like, boom. And then probably in our footprint, we change the pin numbers so that they line up with these pin numbers, which don't exist. How do I like tie those together? Or do they not have to be? Trouble, 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 trouble. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Are you engineer, EE, or software, or both? I see NVIM on the right and self-learning in KiCad. I've definitely, so I took computer engineering in university. So like have like kind of like minimal exposure to electrical stuff because we did 1 year of combined. But that 1 year was like logic gates, right? It wasn't anything like crazy. And then I worked in firmware for a while, so I'm like very comfortable looking at schematics, right? Because like the electrical guys would like give us a board and say like make it run shit. And so like I'm comfortable looking at schematics and I like kind of like understand what they're doing. I'm definitely struggling to like make one myself. But you know, we just make it up as we go. We got to make a board, and so you got to make the board, right? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is how we learn. Learn by fire. So it kind of feels like we just do this, and then add like ground, and then just like slap a little wire on this. Fuck it. Then, so how do I attach pins to like the right pins on my footprint, right? So if I go back to this guy and I say update from PCB, where the fuck that was? Like now I've got my switch in here, and he has the connections here, which is good. He just doesn't know what to do about 3 and 4 now. So can we edit our footprint? Where's our footprint editor? Boom. And so like, how do I say like pad number? Do I just write 1 here again? Like, is that how this fucking shit works? 1. And then here I just write 2? Is that crazy? Will you show the controller model? This bad boy. Look at this motherfucker. Look at him go. It looks crazy, but that's fine. We've got a couple prototypes printed. Bloop. Look at that shit. Ooh. But well, yeah, we've got some definitely improvements to make over there as well. What did I just do? I clicked the wrong button. But you know, everything's a work in progress. They think it was F8 to update again. So now, can we like delete this and hit F8 again? Okay. Okay. Wait, this is good. So he's got one connected. These guys are connected to U1 GPIO. Twos are connected to ground. That's sick. And if I like drag this around, I guess we can see now on this guy, on U1, we like know... Oh, I accidentally selected too much. I only want this guy. He's got like a little line here. That's kind of sick. Why only left handle? What do you mean? You think that the line is only connected to the left handle? I think it's connected to both inside. What are your design goals? Can you explain the shape? I took a ball of clay and I molded it until it fit good in my hand. And this is kind of the result of that. So design goals are basically just to be like a normal Xbox controller with a few paddles. So, and then I just moved stuff till it felt good. So I kind of, why only left handle? It's because I hold my controller fucked up. So I guess we can go full cam. Just don't let me forget to go off full cam. So it's hard to show, but okay, so left fingers here, they kind of grip the controller normally. Right fingers, this is not how I hold it. I hold it kind of like more like this, right? And so if I like turn around, it's because I want like this thumb to be kind of over the stick so that it's kind of more controlled. And I also press the D-pad buttons with my left thumb. And so my whole right thumb wraps up, which means that I don't grip this at all. It's kind of more like this. These fingers are floating. So why make material for things that I don't use, you know? It's also funnier this way. To look kind of fucked up. But also, like, it actually does have implications for, like, the back triggers. Because, like, the way that these triggers should be oriented and stuff is, like, different because one of my hands is kind of more, like, up and, like, to the left. Right? Like, the bumper, I press, like, this way, which is weird. It also explains why all of my bumpers break, is because I'm pressing them, like, right on the fucking hinge. Anyways. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to, like, turn this thing into a schematic. Like, is this done? Or do I need to draw lines? Like, it has these blue lines here, but I don't know if that means that that's, like, actual lines. So let's go, like, back to that reference video. So he starts, like, moving the shit around. Oh, he draws, like, a little outline for the shape of his board. That makes sense, because you want to keep the stuff inside. And then he just rotates that shit around, and then he's drawing the wires manually. So he's got, like, the blue lines in there that indicate where they should go, but then he's doing it, like, the actual stuff himself. Why is it flipped in Blender? It's actually flipped on my camera. Blender's the correct one. My camera's mirrored so that, like, my right arm looks, like, when I look at the mirror, it's, like, correct for me, right? This is my right hand going to my right, which on the screen is right going to the right, but mirrored, right? If this was real life, this would be my left hand. Confusing. Sure. So if we were to, like, I guess we have to draw a line. How did he draw the line? He picked the line tool, as you would. Route tracks. So here we can just be like, boop. And then if I, like, just drag this thing around now, does it, like, no, I need to redraw the tracks. So you need to do, like, layout first, then tracks after. Sure. Cool. And then here I've kind of, like, left a bit of a track on by mistake, so I would have to delete that. Sure. Are you excited to write HID over BLE to spoof a genuine Microsoft controller? I don't think I'll do Bluetooth. Fuck Bluetooth. I use wires, because wires are cool. So it's all going to be USB. All going to be USB. And I don't know if a Microsoft controller is who I'm going to end up spoofing, because I think there's, like, a non-zero chance I add gyros to this thing. I said, people were asking before, and I was like, no gyros. Why the fuck would I need gyros? But I've been watching videos of people playing Counter-Strike on controller, and I'm like, that's kind of fucking sick, though. Like, that's kind of sick. So maybe. It's not off the table. But then in that case, I think that I would have to look into if the Xbox controller protocol supports that. So there's a chance that we pretend to not be an Xbox controller. We'll see. Okay, so how does this thing turn into like a board? Is it that when he draws that box, he says that that box is like, it has important features? He just draws box here. But when he clicks it, he just has rectangle properties. Okay. So how does this turn into like the board? He just like positions this shit. Okay. Routes the tracks. He also had some test points, which is kind of sick. We should be doing that. And then he just says view PCB, and then they're like view 3D viewer. Oh. I see. So if we want to like expand box on the edge cuts layer. Ooh, y'all are smart. Okay, so layers. Oh, Jesus. So no edge cuts. So if we're like, boom, make me a goddamn PCB. View, 3D viewer. Oh, sick. Wait, guys, we're fucking electrical engineers. We do exactly what they do with no differences. We are the same. That's kind of sick. Okay. So I think we kind of get it. I guess we need to build something that's like a little bit sane now, right? We need to build something that's like correct. So we're following in the footsteps of these guys. If you just type into Google, open source controller, like a dumbass, you get this guy. And what they've done is they have just soldered like the actual Raspberry Pi Pico directly onto this board, which is kind of funny. I don't know if this is what I'm gonna do. Right? The big pro of this approach is that you can solder this by hand really fucking easily, right? And it's really easy to just like buy one of these Raspberry Pi Picos and slap it on here. It's already got the USB header. There's a bunch of wins there, right? The cons are it costs like 7 times as much as just buying the system on a chip. And we don't really need any of the features of this board other than like power regulator, system on a chip, crystal. Like I guess we do need what they have on there, but it shouldn't cost as much as it costs, right? Like if we look at like the Raspberry Pi Pico, probably this guy. Why are we zoomed in like 5,000 times? That's a classic. We look at their design files, which we've downloaded like 11 times. But like the actual content of this board is not a lot, right? So this is like system on a chip, right? This is like a rock that they put on this thing for clock source, which we could easily do, probably. They have like the output headers, which we wouldn't need, right? Because we're like a thing on a PCB. The boot select button, don't need that. This is a flash, so I guess we would probably have to put flash on there. I actually haven't checked how expensive this is. That might be a good chunk of the cost. 80 cents, right? Deceptively simple, yeah. And then like an ADC that goes into like their 3.3 volt rail. I don't really know why. Right, but there's like not a lot on here. So like theoretically, we should be able to, if we're fabbing a PCB, make this ourselves. But I would need to learn how to I don't know how stupid it is for me to try to make these to solder this stuff in my toaster. Right, because the pins on this guy are really fucking small. Like in our CAD example here, like this is half a centimeter here, all of this box, right? So these pins are like 0.2 millimeters apart or some shit, right? So I think that the way you would make this is you like buy some solder paste and you like wipe it all over this fucking thing, and then you stick that in the toaster and like just hope it melts correctly. Right? But is this really the place to cut costs after buying a 3D printer? It's more like repairability is my concern more. Right? Like, it will be nice later when I want to swap out the IMU or swap out like if I or like I break something or like something goes wrong, I just would be nice if I could like assemble it by hand. That's kind of sick, right? So that's kind of the advantage to like the Pico version is like it's really easy to maintain. I think this is like super easy. The set pads mostly suck up the solder so you can look at video. That's kind of my understanding. So I think it might not be that stupid, right? And then especially if I end up adding gyros, like these things all have like really fucked pads where I have to basically don't have a choice. These things are like 2 millimeters large, and I would have to do this. So then it's like when I like order a PCB from PCBWay, it costs like $30 for them to place components for me and like $5 for them to not. And so it's like maybe I just fucking run the whole thing. Anyways, I have to think about it. But let's start with doing the dumb stupid version where we just copy what they did and solder everything by hand. I think the vision of replacing a component might be a little ambitious. It's probably better to just order a bunch of boards. I agree. But it's fun. You know? Anyways, so for now, let's assume that we're going to take the approach that these guys took and just drop the fucking pads on here. And so I was looking to see if... drop the pads. Drop the full Pico on there. And I was looking to see if they had files, and they do have these like Cadence Allegro files, but I don't really know how to import those. So I think that what we're gonna have to do is we're going to have to create a pad and a schematic thing for this guy, which shouldn't be too hard, right? We just did it. We know how to do it now. So I think probably we start by taking the CAD file for the board and using that to figure out where all of the components go, I think. Right, or where all the pads are, I should say. Right, so I should be able to open up this guy with FreeCAD and like get the measurements. And then we should be able to like slap those into FreeCAD or into KiCad. I was hoping for the etch your own board at home arc. Yeah. We gotta be really careful. We're big fans of scope creep around here. But this is already like an ambitious project for me to begin with. So really like I should be limiting myself a little bit. But it would be funny. It would be funny to etch my own board. That'd be so sick. Alright. So I guess, can we just like take this guy and like look at the fucking locations of all the holes and then, you know, call it a day? Is there really, like, do I get like precise locations of this stuff? Surely it's like a thing I can find, right? If I click like this down here, we get the area and radius. And this tells us something here, XYZ. So this is 1.11, 0.5, -34, and then this one's 2.09, 1.12. Oh, that's not great. I don't have anything in the datasheet. I don't know if they have like a datasheet for the Pico itself. They have like the pinout diagram design files. Yeah, maybe here. Like they have a Excel file, a board file. Can I open this as text? Can I open this as text? They have like schematic. But I don't know if I have anything that like tells me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels like this CAD is the way to get the info. I just don't know how to extract the info I'm looking for. You know? Maybe this is fucking stupid? But, like, it feels like this information is here. Are these edges in, like, local coordinate space? Can't you just import a finished Pico and KiCad? But, like, this is not, like, a KiCad file, is the thing. This is an Allegro file, which is different. And as far as I could tell Googling this, it was not easy. Oh yeah, maybe somebody's already done it though. That's a good point. KiCad, Raspberry Pi Pico. Footprint. That's a good point. I'm down to just steal someone else's work. Oh, hell yeah, dude. This guy's the fucking... He's a god. Sure. Blaze it. Oh, yeah, so he actually does. There's a mechanical spec from the Raspberry Pi Pico datasheet, which we could have copied. Page 6, by the way. Oh, okay, yeah, hype. I just didn't see this. Good call. Page 6, you said, which is this. Yeah, this is exactly what he had. So we could do this. But this guy's already done it. This guy's done it already. We just steal his work. And we say, thank you, sir, for doing this for us. So how do I, like, use this thing? Install instructions. Look at him. This guy's like fucking G. Copy it to the libraries. Install. And then same with footprints. Sure, we can try it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's see. Okay, so KiCad in here, we're like, let's go to the footprint editor. It was like import, add library. Oh, that's like creating one though. Can we like import footprint? Maybe? We could read his instructions, but reading's for fucking nerds. That's what I always say. Okay, wait, this is close. Add library. I want like open library. Which may, okay, fine, we'll read. Reading is for nerds, but we can bite that bullet today. So for footprint, he did add library. Oh, you just open, add is like create or open. I see. Sure. Work. This guy. Libraries. Pretty. Open. Permission denied. Fuck you. Did it still work? No. That permission denied is fucking annoying. What if we do project? Is he happier? Oh, fuck. Wait, maybe it's fine? Wait. Yeah. Look at this thing. Boom. Cool. Cool. And then, do we have the fucking other thing as well? The schematic? Symbol editor. Add library project. This guy. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so schematic editor. Fuck this schematic. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want a 2040. We ain't no bitch. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, dude. What am I saying? Pico. Blap. Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to figure out how many buttons we want to add. So we're probably gonna want like, do we give names here? Can I just type like A? That seems reasonable. And so these guys, we're gonna be like A. We got B. We got X. We got X. We got Y. We're fucking going crazy over here. And then I presume it's easier to use labels here. than to try to to draw the lines this way. So let's just do this. Let's put the face buttons in one area. Can you like do people like put boxes around this shit and like say like, yo, this is like part of a thing? Like can I be like, yo, face buttons? You know? Is that like a thing people do? I feel like it is. Like when we opened up this. Oh, they just write like boot cell over here. I feel like sometimes I've seen boxes, but maybe not. So here I would just write like, give me some text, and I'm like, face buttons, bop, bop, and then maybe I would be like, this is a title. Like, let's get big for me. Bold it, maybe get to like, 128. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're hot over here. Shut up. What am I fucking... I'm sorry, guys. It's just... Why is it blue? Is it supposed to be blue? Does that mean anything? I don't know. Fuck it. And then we can like, we can kind of copy paste this, and we can be like, D-pad. D-pad. Boom. And then this is, up, down, left, and right. He's schema drunk. The biggest realization is that KitKat is just fancy MS Paint. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. An elephant is a fancy rat. Yeah, true. Okay, I guess we need to make a footprint for the joystick modules, right? That's probably the next thing we want to do. So we have modeled these things in, what's it called? In FreeCAD before. So we know exactly where all the buttons are. Where's my fucking FreeCAD window? So what we did was I bought these like PlayStation 5 joystick modules from AliExpress with Hall sensors inside. The idea being that I wanted an enclosure that had like the Hall sensor stuff set up already, and I didn't want to build it myself. I couldn't really find ones that existed, so I'm just like, fuck it. We just copy paste from the PS5, right? But these things don't have like schematics, right? So we just did it ourselves. So we just measured everything, and then I printed a little test jig here with all the holes, and then put it inside to make sure it fit. So I know that the pins are in the right locations, and we know the pinout of this thing now. So we should be able to like extract that from whatever the fuck we did before. Probably. Open. So this would be in streamer, work, Xbox controller model, like the stick housing. Oh, that's the STL though. Where's the fukastud button stick housing here? Okay, this guy. And then I think that I can export a 3D model to attach to this guy as well, but we haven't really done that part yet. So I guess the important part here is like where we've put pads, right? So we probably want to look at like the relevant sketches. So this is like the 4 outside ones. So we'll copy. Do we even have that info? We don't like write down the center easily. And all of this sketch is like relative to the outside. We don't have a sketch that says like, where are these things globally? That's a little annoying. Can we maybe just look at the final thing and hover over? Maybe if we like look at this and I'm just like, what is this fucking thing? You know, if I'm like, what's this? As I move my mouse here, if I take my mouse here, it's showing me the mouse position at the bottom. But if I take my mouse away, then it's showing me something that might be sane. So this is like, wait. Oh, it's just remembering the last thing I placed on. Fuck. Can I like measure like FreeCAD? Surely. FreeCAD get face center. position. FreeCAD measure face center. Oh, it's not really. What if I just click this? I click on this. Ooh, center of mass? Here we go, baby. That's what I'm looking for. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's fucking run it. KiCad. Footprint editor. What do you mean? Oh, god damn it, dude. Okay, whatever. We've done something stupid, but it's okay. So we have our library. This guy. And so here's people be like, give me a new footprint in that library, and we'll call it, this is a through hole. And his name is PS5 joystick. Boom. And we can just start adding. It's not a pad though, it's a through hole, which he knows. He understands that. Okay. So we just copy paste his positions. Where the fuck is FreeCAD? Here. So we're like, this boy at. I wish it was easier for me to have two windows open at once. So this is. Does this have to be a number? Like, can I write this as like ground here and like it'll figure it out? The numbers had to matched up with the switch though earlier. We'll just call this 1 for ground. I don't know, we'll figure it out later. Pad shape. Rectangular. I am rectangular. But the hole has to be. I wonder if the hole. Does the hole have to be a circle? That would make sense because they might like drill it, right? Like a rectangle hole probably doesn't make sense, which is probably why this is happening. So circular, I guess. And we just have to make sure that the radius of this hole is like fat enough for the pin size, right? So if I like pop open the tape measure, which is somewhere on my desk here. Like the width of this pin is like on the order of a millimeter. So making like a millimeter diameter hole should be fine. And then I just slap solder everywhere probably. So 1.5 millimeter. I mean, being oversized, is that a problem? Probably, right? So maybe we make it like 1.1 millimeter. But even here, if I say like 5 millimeter, it's like the hole in the center isn't changing size. Does that matter? Hole shape. Ah, here we go. That's the pad, not the hole. Yeah. I'm a dumbass. So we probably want to, I don't know, like tolerance-wise, we probably want to oversize it a little bit, right? Because like if it's exactly 1 millimeter, then like it won't fit good. Has a 3D model, but use the tape measure. I mean, the 3D model is made from the tape measure. So, fuck it. You know what I mean? Is that like reasonable? I don't know. Let me look at the picture of the PS5 again. DualShock 5 schematics. And then somebody's like taking a photo of this shit. What the fuck did they do? Yeah, those are circles. We'll just kind of eyeball it to be kind of close to that. That seems reasonable, right? So if we know, is there one with the pins attached still? I think I saw one in here where it was still, yeah, this bad boy. Look at this. Right? So they just like slap solder all over that shit. Sure. I've had some good ones that had some tight fits and they almost snapped trying to push them in. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go too tight. I guess it also depends on like the PCB manufacturer's like machine accuracy, right? Like if I make like give them an extra 0.1 millimeters, like that seems a little sketch. 0.2 millimeters. My printer has 0.4 millimeter nozzle. So like probably that's fine. Fuck it. I don't know. And then like, can we look at the picture again to see like hole size compared to plating size? So they did like, you know, if this is 1 millimeter, it's probably like 1 point a little bit. Like that seems fine. You probably wouldn't want to go too wide and have a crazy pile of solder leaking everywhere. Yeah, I agree. But like a little wide seems reasonable. Like 0.2 millimeter extra. I think the solder will hold up fine. 0.2 millimeters is like nothing. I can't even see that shit with my fucking minus 11 eyes. Just eyeballing this, I feel like the outside could be like a tad bigger. Like that feels kind of good to me, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy who's never done this before. Okay, so we need to pick X and I assume this is XY. Like if we say center of mass of this, of why is he not letting me click what I want to click? Oh, here. So this has Z of 0 and X is 0. So that was a bad example. But I think Z is Z. Z is height. So it's X and Y that we want. Why doesn't this work anymore? Reset, click. Reset, click. There we go. So it's -5, -6.25. And then we have to be careful about coordinate spaces here because one of their y was down. Is our y also down? That's a really, we should know. We gotta know. So this is -y6. Where are our fucking axes? Let's turn those on. Let me see that shit. Let me see that good shit. Shut up. Gotta see that good shit. All right. So Y, Z, and then I guess we're going to be putting it down this way, top down, right? So everything here is kind of mirrored around the Y axis because I rotated it around Y to get here. So everything's upside down. Oh my god, we're going to lose our fucking minds, dude. We're going to actually go fucking crazy figuring this out, but that's okay. So oh god, what'd I do? Measure. Center of mass, okay. And so this guy, I want the fucking, give me the fucking face. What are we doing, man? Okay, there we go. So this is -5. We have negative, positive. So they have, let's align ourselves to match their thing. So we want Y vertical, X horizontal. So this is positive Y, negative Y. Oh my god. So we invert both? I think. Because our X's are inverted because we rotated, and then the Y's are inverted because the coordinate space is inverted. So just everywhere we see a negative, we put a positive, I think. And we'll fucking decide after if that looks fucking stupid or not. Jeez Louise. Okay, so this is 6.25. God damn, bro. Okay, give me a copy paste of this, I guess. And this is this one. Reset, click. 5, -6.25, sure. Sorry. -5, 6.25, of course. Okay. Then we copy paste this again. And this is this one. Flip the negative, so negative. Luckily, these are centered, so this part doesn't actually fucking matter. We actually don't have to think about this. So what was it? It's 5 and 6.25, so. Oopsies. Okay, another one. Okay. That is these 4 holes here. You can probably export a 2D shape out of FreeCAD and import it to KiCad, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, probably. That would be sick, I guess. But I guess, this is fine. I'm so frustrated that you're working with 1/5 of your available screen space. Yeah, that would piss you off, huh? Okay. This part over here is a switch. So this is at... Can we get bigger? Okay. So this is -6, 3.25. That's what we said, right? So we go boom. -6, 3.25. And where does that end up? That ends up over here, right? Which makes sense because this should be rotated like this. So that seems right to me. And then this is... How is the switch oriented on the clicker? I actually didn't look at that. We know... I guess we know from the schematic here, or from... Not the schematic, from the board shot, that they're connected long ways. These two pins long ways are the same pins. So that means that these two pins long ways are the same pin. So we copy paste this guy, put him up here, and adjust appropriately. So we say this guy is this guy, and it's -6, -3.25. Because we're flipping signs? No. I guess we already flipped one of those. It was the other one. So it's 3. -3.25? There we go. I'm a dumbass. So this was, yeah. Cool. And then this one is -10.5, 3.25. So this is a new thing. Uh-huh. And then these pins are all probably going to be at smaller, by the way. Okay, and then it looks like these are mirrored. Yeah, so this is just the same. Okay. Cool. Cool. Save. And then let's do these sets. This actually isn't that bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not awful. So I guess these pins, I guess just using the same pin shape for, or hole for everything is fine, but some of them are legitimately a little bit smaller. I don't know, fuck it. I guess we'll figure it out. Okay. So now we got pin 4, which top down needs to go... We go counterclockwise from the button, right? So it should be like kind of like along the lines of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is like a like on the order of magnitude that we should be talking about. So let's go. This pin should be this pin, I think. So 4 should be at -2.5, -9.5. Is that right? I guess we'll see. So this is... Oh, yeah. -2.5, or -2.5, -9.5. My bad. So they're flipping up, which I guess maybe does make sense. I don't know. I'll have to look at it at the end. We'll have to look at it at the end. My brain can't handle this. Oops, -9.5. I keep fucking up. Okay, and then this one's -9.5, and I think it's 2.5. I think that's right. Yeah, 2.5. Okay, and then this is 8.5, -2.5. This is 8.50. That's already done, right? And then presumably the other one's positive 2.5 here. Yeah. Okay. So now does this have the right shape if I looked at it on the top down? Right? So it's like... Definitely not. Right, this matches this way. So that means I got these ones flipped, but everything else is fine, probably. I guess I only had to invert one axis. That's confusing. But luckily, everything else was square, so it doesn't fucking matter. Alright. So then this, like, we make a edge? Or do we just, like, we just fucking put a box here? And we just kind of eyeball it, kind of? Can we just go, like... You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, something like this. So adjust it for symmetry at least. We can always go over. Sure. Hello, I would like to move the thing. All right. Sure. Good enough. Okay, then we need to make the schematic of this thing and then hope that we line the pins up right. Can't you let VHDL do it for you? I don't fucking know, man. I don't think that VHDL can, like, know physically where things are, right? So... I don't know, man. PS5 joystick. Alright, so we're working with... I guess we just use this, and we draw, like, a little box. And I guess we make, like, the pins. So we got... one of these should be power input. That's like VCC, I guess, like the input voltage. Then we have the like measurement of the joystick position. Does the order that I make these things matter? Like, how do these get linked back to the footprint? It's something that I don't understand yet. Maybe, like, I wonder if it's by name? Oh, pin number here, probably, right? So here I call... Okay, let's start with ground, then. So we have power input, ground, and this is pin number 1. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, that's the shit. Okay, so that's 1 here. And so I guess that means that actually the ground pin, here we can reuse those same pin numbers, I think. Right, so this guy is 1. And that means that this guy is 1 as well. Because all of these are ground. And then probably also one end of the switch is ground. Right, so like, we get to choose which side of this is grounded, I guess, because it's just a switch connected long ways. So all of these can also be 1, right? All of these are ground. And then 2 we can make power. So this is 2. This is 2. And then we have 3, 4, and 5 for our joystick outputs. Yeah. 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 So then we have 2 is, you know, voltage input. Then we have 3, which is, what do we call that? 3 was the switch. So this is going to be joystick click. Or maybe we can just call this, button or something. Maybe that's a better name for this. Button? I think they use capital letters, I think. And then this is not a power input. This is a passive. I think that's what we said. Then we have x-axis, right? This is, I guess we don't know which way is x and y. I guess we can figure it out though. So if this thing's oriented on the board this way, then this would be x, this would be y. So 4 would be x-axis. Or maybe we'll just call them axis 1 and axis 2, and then we don't have to think about it. Hype. Right, so we're just like, pin number 5, and we're like, axis 2. And I don't know if these are passive. I guess they are. They're like outputs of resistors. Sure. Yeah. There we go. Sure. Save. And then do we need to draw like a box and shit? I think we do, right? Like, what do these guys do? Yeah, you draw a box. And it looks like all of these are flipped. If we want these to be on the left side of the box, which I do. I don't want them on the right side of the box. That's crazy shit. We always put stuff on the left side of the box. So then we're just like, give me a fucking whoop. Whoop. If we're just like this, that's a fucking piece of a schematic if I've ever seen one. Right? So then on my fucking PCB, no. Schematic? Yes. We got our D-pads, we got our face buttons, and now we can add our joysticks. So we're like, hit me with joystick. We can put a couple of these here. This is left joystick. Can I please have a space in there? No. Left joystick. And then right joystick. Boom. Oh, we're fucking cooking. Okay. Okay, and then these guys are going to go into our ADC. So we have an external ADC because the Raspberry Pi Pico only has 3 of them. We need 4. The system on a chip that it has 4, but they're not exposed to us, and also they don't work at 1.8 volts as well. So we need to add a symbol of MCP 3804? 3004 maybe? Is that what I bought? I think so. We'll have to check this later. But I think that's right. We can check it now, actually. Somewhere in here, we would have written down parts. Yeah, this thing. 3204, my bad. My bad. My bad. MCP 3204. Much better. Much better. None of this 3004 shit. We don't use that garbage. We use this. Okay. So this thing is wired up so that the output of the joysticks goes to the ADC. So we need this to kind of be like this. Maybe we should have made the axis. We didn't know, but maybe we should have made it on the right. Wow, we fucked up this line good, dude. The fuck out of here. These are not fucking bridged, you fucking dumb piece of shit. Give me the fucking green line. Okay. So 5 goes to 1 in this world. That's an easier connection. Then 4 goes to 2. And then I guess we go like this way, which means If we go 5 to 3, then 4 can wrap around like this. Boom. Chill. I think there's a way to mirror the symbols. CP Watch command still implemented. Sorry. I should have done it. Yeah, I guess that would make sense, huh? If I could like click this button. Yeah, it does just make more sense. That's just better. Can I delete these lines then? Delete. What have I done with myself? Why can't I click the green line, man? There we go. Give me the fucking horizontal line. God damn it. Copy paste. Right joystick. Alright. Alright, dude, we're fucking cooking. Okay, so it's like... Oh. Boom. 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 Get that shit out of there. Boom. God, let's go, baby. Why do you need a separate AC? Doesn't the peak have one built in? It didn't have enough channels on it. And it wasn't accurate at 1.8 volts. So the combo of those two things is like fine. Fine. Okay, so how do I like make a new power rail? I know that I can like make ground, but like I guess it's just a label? What do they do on like this schematic here? They have this like 3.3 volt rail, right? So do I make a new power rail myself and call it a power rail? Is that what I'm supposed to do here? Like do they have? Like they only have ground on all of these. It's just all ground. So maybe you can have like a draw net labels. So they have like maybe it's like different label types. 3 like 3v3. If I'd write this, that's not really the right shape. Your search box had ground in it. That's why you only saw ground. Oh, I'm just a dumbass. That's crazy. Okay, nice. Ah, hype. Okay, so we have a 1.8 volt line. And this guy's got to be connected to these. So, boom, boom. And then I guess we copy paste. Boom. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna get the button out. I guess using labels. We're gonna have ground here. This is kind of cramped, but fuck it. Boop. 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 There we go. Boop. All right. So now it's just the buttons that we're gonna have to place, and we'll figure that out later. Oops. Okay. So I want these to go into, in our version, we have this stuff on the bottom right GPIOs. So the thing that we've already hooked up and tried is we have this guy connected to these 4 pins here. TX, clock, chip select, and RX. So I guess we do that. Can we just kind of get this shit away? Okay. So this is 16 for RX. So like this. Do we just use labels everywhere? Maybe that's easier. SPI RX. SPI. I want this one to be SPI TX. Then SPI clock. So these are probably flipped. Maybe like this. Okay, and then we want SPI chip select. Okay, so then we go boom, blop, 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 chill. Cool. This is our reference voltage here is the 1.8 volt rail. Oopsies. So this kind of goes here. And then our power, though, is coming from the 3.3 volt rail. So 3 like this. Which is a little weird, sure, maybe, but it's what we did, so fuck it. Alright. Alright, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, get these fucking lines. What are we doing? Bring this, like, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Come down. There we go. Boom. Okay. And then these are both just the same ground. So we just kind of whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Hi! Guys, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay. So then we just have to get these pins right. So is RX on the bottom. Then chip select. Then clock. Then TX. Clock not connected. True. True. And so this is just boom. 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 All right. Wireless clock, yeah. Okay. Okay. That's getting somewhere. We need to get our 1.8 volt rail, which is coming from that low dropout register we bought. Or low dropout something. Is this what I bought? Probably. So this is a... We use this to get from a 3.3 volt rail given to us by the Raspberry Pi Pico to a 1.8 volt rail that we use for ADCs. So what's this guy got for us? I guess first let's see, is he in here? Meow skin. No. Alright, that's fine. Can download. Oh, hype. We got all three, baby. Let's go. Hit me with KiCad 6+. Oh, yeah, baby. Alright. So I open this thing. Extract. And then can I import that as like one of my many things? It's gotta be this one, right? Add library to my project from here. Yup. Okay. And then I add its footprint as well, but we can kind of get there later, I guess. Okay, so here we're like, give me that symbol. Yeah, hype. Here's our rail, baby. Okay, so the input is coming from the 3-volt rail. Right, this goes here. We connect this line. Boom. Boom. Sick. Ground. Boom. Bop, bop. And then output is to the 1.8 volt rail. Boom. Easy. Okay. Cool. Then here we say the 3.3 volt rail comes from here. That's important. So that's where this comes from. Boom. I'd be interested to see how these, like, if we were to just try to, like, make the schematic with what we have here, I wonder if we would get something, like, I'd be interested to see how, like, this stuff all plays together. So can we just, like, kind of flip-flop here for a second and hit, what was it, F8 to regen? Just, like, fuck everything. F8. We require a fully annotated schematic. If I just hit annotate here, what happens? I don't know. Let's see. What just happened? Did it do something stupid to us? No, I think we're chilling. Is 3.3 enabled correct? No. No, it's not. It's not. That's really important. Thank you. Not every part is a footprint assigned. Yeah, it does look a lot like that. In fact, we got only buttons, which is not really that fun for us. So it means here we should add a footprint to this guy, which I don't know if he has. If I just click this, am I like MCP 3204? Really? So he has the fucking symbol, but not a footprint? That's annoying. But I guess we can just download it from DigiKey, maybe, if he has it. I guess it depends on which one we bought. I don't remember. We bought a through-hole one. That's what I have on my desk right now. We'll have to double check this, but it was probably this thing. Probably. Oh, CIP. It was that thing. It says so right here. I'm a dumbass. There are multiple standard packages that this comes in. Yeah, that does just look like a normal thing, right? So this is 14 PDIP. Is that like a thing I type in? 14 PDIP? PDIP? 14? Like, how do I use... That's a good point. So, like... KeyCAD... Dip footprint. Like... Package dip. Oh, here we go. Hype. And then we just fucking dip 14 and we pick through hole. And we just have to know which one of these it is? Okay, how do we know? How do we know? Package case, 14 dip, 0.3 inch, 7.62 millimeters. So 14, 7.62 millimeters. It's probably this thing, right? It's not long pads. I think it's this. Sure. Yeah. Blaze it. Okay, so that covers this guy. Then we have this guy who's another standard package, probably. Oh, he actually has the footprint here already. Okay, hype. So did that show up on here? No? Okay, that's cool. And then the footprint here. Oh, maybe we have to import the footprint libraries and we haven't done that yet? That's possible. That's definitely possible. So footprint editor, add library project, and here we should add the Pico pretty. Okay, and then if we look up Pico in here, do we have like was RPi Pico libraries? There's nothing in here. What the fuck? Am I stupid? Yeah, we should have SMDTH. What was it? SMD? I already forgot. Oh, this. Hype. Wait, we have it. Hype. How do you like Arch? I used to use Arch. It's fine. I don't know. I'm not really like too fussy about it. I don't really care that much. I don't think that like, you know, the operating systems are like, Linux is Linux. Arch was nice because it was rolling. I didn't have to think about it that much. It didn't like do shit for me that I didn't want. Ubuntu pisses me off sometimes in that way that you just like have stuff running that you never knew was there. But like it's fine. NixOS is pretty different. Yeah, that's true. NixOS is pretty fucking different. I'll give you that. Okay, so this guy got me the MCP thing. Where is my... Like, what's going on here? Pico. Do I have to just, you know, click it manually? Ah, yeah, there we go. Cool. And then this TLV thing, I guess, also we had a fucking schematic for. Add library, project, downloads, this guy, footprint's pretty, okay. And then we should have TLV KC23, nice, okay. So now here we should be able to get like KC23, S3, whatever, what was this thing? And then here, F8 again. Update PCB, close. Let's go! I think this is the wrong fucking pad though. This doesn't look right. That's not what I have. Because this thing's fucking flat. Yeah, how is this? Why does this look like this? These pads should be lined up. Right? What's going on here? Right, these are... Because I have one sitting in front of me. The 3 pins are lined up, so why would they put them like this? Maybe I clicked on the wrong one? Like, maybe it's this one. I would have bought the cheap one, though. Confusing. Confusing. What if we do 3D viewer right now? Yeah, it seems wrong. I've seen those soldered with bent and offset pins. Oh, yeah, it could be that. We electrical engineers have done this for ages. Yeah, maybe that, I mean, you could, sure. If that's what they want to do, I guess fuck it. That seems weird to me, but can we Google this? Like, are you guys just fucking with me? Is KCS the like the package type? TO220, yeah, like this is what that looks like. Is that something that I can attach to the footprint in here? can I search like TO 220 3? Yeah. I mean, that seems way more reasonable, right? This is what the thing is. So let's just do this instead. All that just makes more sense to me. Okay, so now if we look at the 3D viewer. Oh yeah, that's our fucking guy, dude. Look at that. That's what he looks like. We should probably get the 3D view of this guy on too. Why's he got through holes on the bottom? That doesn't look like how... Oh, maybe there's something overlapping there? This is kind of weird. But whatever. Do we need to add like a 3D thing to this as well? Did we have that when we downloaded? Did we get a CAD model for this? I mean, we have one somewhere. We have this Pico R3 step, which is not what we downloaded from that guy's GitHub. We downloaded this, which was a SketchUp model. But we should be able to be like, yo, dog, give me a 3D shit for that guy. Footprint? Is it part of the footprint? You link the CAD maybe? Maybe? Three models? Ah, here we go. So can I just change this to like... Copy location, paste here. Promising. You linked me a thing that's broken. Oh, I see. It's because it's the fucking Twitch URL just fucked us. Yeah, nice. Makes sense. Makes sense. What have I done? He's really unhappy. KiCad, he's just like trying to load that 3D model and just losing his fucking shit, dude. He's going crazy. I wonder when the last time I saved was. Oh, wait, we're so back, baby. Look at that. Okay, save. Save, baby, save. I don't want to lose my everything. Okay. So now, we should be able to go back here and be like, reload from here. And now, if we like just kind of take all of these guys and move them out of the way, we do have, you know, some connections that are trying to be made. Sick. Sick, dude. And then we can like rotate this to try to get it to line up better. Wait, that's sick, dude. What's going on here? Oh, he thinks that ground is coming from these or something. Oh, he's also figuring out what's like the best pin to connect to. Oh, that's kind of hype. Very interesting. Go to Scram. Good luck project. Thanks, man. That's cool. So you kind of position these things trying to do your best to get everything connected. If you're a psycho, you can use non-90-degree rotations. That's crazy. I'm not fucking doing that shit. Cool. Okay. So I think I want to put a limit on on this stream. I think we're getting kind of far from like we're ending up how do I say this? You know, this is taking longer than I would have initially hoped for. So I think what I want to do is just get this joystick input section working correctly, and then, you know, I can do the rest in happy hour or offline or something. But getting something that's like semi-functional would be kind of sick. So I've heard like there's this like ground plane thing that people do. How do you do that? Where you have like everything in the world is just grounded? And then you just kind of trace everything else where you gotta go? Maybe I just do the ground last. So let's just assume that we don't have to think about ground very hard. And try to hook up the rest of this. Oh, we need a footprint for the joysticks. We haven't done that part yet. Whoa. We did make it though. I remember copy pasting all of those things, all of the locations. So we should just be able to click this guy maybe and add the footprint from, PS5 joystick. Hype, dude. All right. PS5 joystick. All right. Save. Regenerate. And now we have the joystick sitting here. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Okay, so here, joystick locations on the PCB are fixed, right? They're going to go on the top left and the bottom right somewhere. And I think that the Raspberry Pi Pico is going to go on the back of the board. So we need to figure out how to make like a dual layer PCB here, which I don't know if we can do. Surely we can. Because I want the joysticks on the top. Pico on the bottom. So how the fuck do we do that? FCU and BU? That makes sense. We can ask the idiot. What are the FCU and BCU layers in KiCad? Maybe they'll tell us. That would make a lot of sense. Front copper layer, back copper layer. Sure. And then how do I, like, there's silk screen layers, adhesive layers. So where do I put, like, this guy needs to live, the pads for this need to live on some layer, right? I double clicked something and now it's losing its fucking mind. That's so annoying. It's probably loading the 3D model. Okay, so probably here, I want, ooh, look at all this. Back assembly view. Oh, hype, dude. Hype. Okay. So, here, how do I make it so that the guy lives on the front? Oh, God, what did I just do? God damn it. All layers, okay. So, I'm going to double click this guy and see if we can put him on the back. Footprints live on multiple layers at once. Yeah, that makes sense. Reference. Position. Side back. Let's go, dude. So now we have, if I look at the back assembly view, this guy's got GP16 on the right. And if I look at it from the front assembly view, he's got GPPIO 15 on the right. Whoa. This is SPI RX now? Confusing. But okay, this is number 21. Number 21. Oh, I see. It's where this is the silk screen where it says the 16 and shit. Okay, so that makes sense. And so now the question becomes, where do we put the power regulator? I guess the first thing that we need to do is we need to figure out where the joysticks go, which we seem to have lost. All layers. Right? Am I crazy? I feel like we had... Oh yeah, we just didn't place them maybe? Okay. So on the front side, right joystick has to go to wherever we've placed him on the PCB here. Right? So if we just set the origin to the right spot, we can just take the position that we put these guys in, I think. So we can just be like, where did I put this? So X is, this is 26.376 millimeters, I think. Oh, oops, I put it on the fucking label, not the fucking thing. Okay. So this is, yeah, 26.376 millimeters. And then negative 12.084. Great. So this is this relative to like what's going on? Is this relative to the top left or something? It is. Oh, that sucks. I don't like that at all. Can I move like the border? Okay, I'm gonna just do this in that coordinate space first, and then we can drag everything at the end into the correct bounds. I think that's easier. And then where's like my XY axis going? Other way. So that's right. Okay. So this one's at negative 36.576 millimeters. Okay, so negative 36.576. Cool. That looks about right. And then 11.412. Oh, you can't go. Oh, man. It's stuck. Fuck, man. Okay, so I guess we just have to add like 50 and 50 or something. Fuck it, I guess. God, that's so annoying. Why is it fucking doing the through hole, not the whole thing? Alright. Really? Oh my god. Why are these guys, like, lined up then? They shouldn't be. 62.084? 61? Why? Okay, we're just fucking dumb, I guess. Because it should be negative 11.412. There we go. That's a little better. There we go. Okay. So presumably this guy should go like somewhere in the middle, right? Can I fucking click? There we go. Right, so maybe this guy, can we just kind of click and drag him? Like, he should probably go like in between, right? On the back of the board to be kind of centered, right? That'll put him like kind of like here, but on the bottom side. Now we just got to figure out what we want to do with power is the next thing. So the power is going to be connected to probably on the top of the board. Makes sense. I think that we want to put this thing on top with the holes sticking through to the bottom. In my brain, that just seems better. Maybe it doesn't fucking matter. This guy's got the 3.3 volt line here, so I guess we can go, we need to come through and then go over. So how does that work? I guess like you can't go over any of this stuff. This has to be lined up with the very top of the board actually, right? So like really we should define where the edge of the board is and put this thing so that the USB connector is lined up with it, I think. Right, so this is probably going to be something like this. Which means that in order to get out of here, we're going to have to go down. I think. Okay. So maybe we put the power regulate the 1.8 volt power generation down here. Seems kind of reasonable. And then on the front, so we need to make like a through hole for the 3.3 volts to come up to the front. Do we? Maybe it makes more sense to put it on the back. Mark and Reddit, thanks for the prime. Because then we don't have to go through layers at all. Yeah, let's try that. Is there any problem with this guy physically hanging down? Like, he might run into the back of the case here if we do that, right? But we can always bend him. Right, we can always just, like, lean him back a little bit, maybe? In which case, maybe it makes more sense to, like, put him this way so that we can kind of lean him back, you know, away from the Pico? Probably? I don't fucking know, man. Sure. Sure. So let's put this guy on the back. And then we should be able to go like here and just draw a line from the 3.3 volt segment to where he's supposed to go over here. Okay. Hype. Ground. We're going to assume that there's a ground plane that we can connect to later. And then the 1.8 volt line can connect to these at the back, actually, right? So we can just kind of go, you know, boom, boom. Then in here, I think we can just go through the back like this, right? Okay. Then I guess we have to go this way to get over here. Then go over this way. Okay. Now we need somewhere for the for our little analog digital converter to live. So I'm kind of feeling the back again. I guess it doesn't fucking matter. We want them so that the joysticks are probably pointing down. Okay, let's put this guy on the back. Fuck it. Let's just put everything on the same side. I don't really know why. It just kind of feels like, fuck it. Why not? If this guy's going to lean back, then that means this guy has to go give him space to do so. So maybe we bring him a little bit down. I wonder if we'll run out of space over there, in which case maybe putting him over here or something makes a little bit more sense, just underneath the left joystick. Because that kind of lines up, that makes these connections all really easy to the Pico, like this. Right, all of these guys line up easily if we do this. So let's draw some lines, I guess. So like we want clock to go to clock. I don't know how to like deal with the fact that these have to cross though. It means that this guy has to go up to the other layer and then back down, right? This is easy. So yeah, how do we manage the fact that clock select now needs to like get around TX? You know, like this guy has to end up down here, and this guy has to end up down here. So we have to go like to the other copper layer. It has to be, right? So how do you fucking do that? How do you like keycad bridge like go to other layer? If I just try to draw this line, what's it gonna do? First of all, not this one. Yeah, like he's gonna try to go around in some like fucking brain dead way. Does that actually work? Holy shit. That's crazy, right? No shot we should do that. The term is via. Ah, nice. Keycad via. He's just like, what is it? But how do I make one? I guess we click the fucking video. Yeah. Improve the layout. Update the PCA with new OPPA? I don't know what that means. It must be doable. Vias for connecting ground pads? Ooh. Is this like a thing I can place? Like, add footprint. There's lines. There's via. 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 Boom. Let's just fucking slap a couple around here and just see what happens. So we go here, here, here. Then we're like, connect CS here to this via. Can I go connect to it? Hello? No? Why not? The fuck? Line. Click. Am I on the wrong side? Is that why? Might have been clicking on the front side to the back. Wait a second. Oh, I don't even need those, to be honest, because I can just do some lines on the front and some lines on the back because everything's through hole. That's kind of crazy. Wait, yeah, we can just do this. We're getting crazy out here. So we can just do this. Nice. So some of the connections are on the front, some of the connections are on the back, and because everything's through hole, it just doesn't fucking matter. Let's go. Simple. Okay. Ground we'll figure out later. And then 1.8 volts. Why is he going over there? Shouldn't we just do like this? Or even like come off this guy? Boom. This seems fucking crazy, right? This line can't go there anymore. This is insane. This line's like going through component. Like, what the fuck? Get this shit out of here. So this shit's got to go all the way around. But then can connect like this. Boom. Hype. Dude, this is kind of fun. We're having fun. Okay. So this needs to make it to here. Then we do a back line for the other one, I guess. Boom. Okay. That's kind of sick. It can go under the component, just don't go through the pads. I just feel like cutting through the pads is crazy. Hello? Where'd he go? Did he just crash? He might have just crashed. I hope I saved. Alright. Let's get back in there. All layers, thank you. Alright. Where the fuck were we? How did we end up looking at it from the back? How do I... Like, I feel like I'm upside down from how I was before. How the fuck did I end up that way? Maybe I just went to back assembly view, back layers. Where are my fucking... Why can't I see all of my red lines now? How was I in all layers upside down? What the fuck? I don't know how I did that. I guess it's fine. Who cares? It's just a little confusing. Okay, so now we have to get to the... We've got this connection, we've got this connection. So now we just have to get to the left joystick outputs. So we could do something that's like... I suspect going through the back will be nicer. Here. Jesus Christ. Fuck it, we'll just do what he says. We'll let him pick. We'll let him pick. I don't give a shit. Okay. So we'll ignore the button for now as well. I don't really want to deal with that. I just want to like get like something that kind of works. The thing I want to understand is like, if I understand correctly, there's like I can just say like everything else is fucking ground. How do I do that? KeyCAD ground plane. Edge cut layer to the PCB boundary. Okay, let's do that. So let's like kind of pretend that we're just gonna like get rid of this shit. Move everything down a little bit. Let's make an edge cut. Just pretend this is the PCB for now. Which it's not, but let's just pretend. Okay. Add filled zone. Okay. And then I just want to put this on like the back layer. Ground. Ground. Okay. Oh, I just fucking like, whoomp. We're just like, whoop, whoop. Just fucking fill that shit. End to end. It doesn't like that, I don't think. Okay, maybe. Edit. Fill all zones. Boom. Oh, sick. Sick. So now I can just ground everything by like on the back layer being like, ground. Right? Ground. Ground. Oh, he's actually figured it out for me. I don't even have to do it. He's already done the cuts here. That's kind of cool. Ground. Ground. Everyone's so happy. 3D viewer? Oh, he's spending forever loading that Pico model. He doesn't like it. All right. That's kind of sick. So here we can see the traces going to like the 1.0 layer. We can see these traces coming around to... Oh, I see. So it's this guy is like following this line all the way down to this pin. Then this one's probably routed on the back. So we have on the right joystick. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit hazy. But he's coming like through here like this. No, I'm a little confused. Which joystick is which? This is the front. Left. He's going blop, 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 blop to the ADC. This guy's going on the back side to this pin, I see. This guy... Did we not route the right joystick all the way? No, we did. This is going here. This is going here. Okay. Oh, because it looked like it was going into the Pico, but it was going through. Right, so we got here, he comes at what looks to be in here, but it's going behind the Pico all the way around to over here. Clever. All right. I mean, there's a lot more to do, but I do have to limit the length of the video. I think I understand. So obviously, we need to place all the buttons and route them better. We can configure thinness of the traces. True. Pretty sick. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. Obviously, this is not done. But pretty sick. I'm having fun. So yeah, we got the traces. I think we're gonna have to think a lot harder about how to route them in a way that doesn't suck ass, but fuck it. I'm happy with this progress for the day. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was fun for you. I obviously don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I think that we're gonna get a PCB printed at some point. If you like what you saw, we stream most days. We aim for 12:30 to 4. It's just around 4 now. So, you know, anywhere between 3.5 hours ago to now is when you should expect to see us live if you're watching live. We're working on this Xbox controller right now, which has a lot of components to it. There's firmware, there's software, there's hardware, there's electrical, right? We're like, most of this, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're mostly coding people around here, but, you know, we try stuff and we learn, and it's kind of fun. Yeah. Check out the YouTube if you want to see, you know, the backlog. There's a lot of other software stuff on there if you want to see it. This VOD will end up on the YouTube. Some VODs do not. It depends basically if I think they're titleable and thumbnailable. If you want to see everything, you're going to have to catch us live. Or, if you join on... Dude, my throat. If you join on YouTube or on Patreon or sub on Twitch, you should get the other VODs that you don't have. Yeah, please consider supporting. This content will live for as long as I have money, but when I run out of money, I'll have to get a job again, and so this content will slow down. But if you don't want to, obviously no big deal. I think that's it. YouTube, peace out, and Twitch, let's find someone to raid.